Namaste, yogis. I'm Raghunath. This is our 30-day, our men's 30-day yoga challenge. Our yoga encouragement. We don't even like the word challenge so much, but it's a very in word, so we called it the yoga challenge. This is our 30-day yoga encouragement. And we started off for men, but it seems like women are doing this too. And you know what? It's really for anybody. I just wanted to give out some free yoga to my students and meet new students just by doing yoga. And I think 10 minutes, I feel like we can all afford 10 minutes. Today our theme is going to be a slow, deep stretch. This is needed. I especially deal with a lot of men issues because I deal with men all the time. Men sometimes feel a little safer around other men. I don't know why. Look what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a block, a phone book, a pillow, a firm pillow, and put it under my butt, under the sit bone or the cheekbone of my straight leg. In this case, I'm using my left leg, but if you were the mirror image, it would be your right leg. The back leg, watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to drop it down like this. So the palm of the back foot is up. I'm going to place my knuckles in that palm of that foot, massage that foot because it feels so good. And then I'm going to sit up tall. This foot always gets flexed. Flex means coming back towards me. Some of us, this is tough to do just like this, okay? If you're one of those persons, you're not alone. Men generally suffer from the same type of stuff. Look what I'm going to do. I'm going to take that strap, a towel, a dishcloth, whatever it is, and sit up tall. My pinky toe always wants to come forward. I draw back. See, we're on day 26 or whatever. This is, I'm telling you, more and more refined. We can refine our practice more and more. And it just becomes part of the way we move our body. Our yoga practice starts to become our map, right? Our instruction manual. How to move my body, how to move my mind. Fold forward. How to move myself through this crazy material world that we were born into. It's pretty interesting. We are spiritual beings born in the material world. According to the yogis, you want to hear something interesting? You're still doing the pose, by the way. According to the yogis, we are eternal beings. That means we never die. The body just changes, just like it's changing all these years. Your body, if you've been doing this 26 days so far, your body's changed. It always changes. If you lay on the couch and never do anything, your body changes, right? It gets, right? You start to become exactly what you're like, you know? You sit around and eat calzones all day. You start to look like a calzone. So, whatever it is we're changing our body. So they're saying when you die, the spirit enters into a new body. The spirit never dies. The bodies always change. Stay here and breathe. So they say that we're eternal, and therefore we want eternal things. We want long-lasting pleasure, joy, relationships, friendships, love. But we live in a temporary world. That's a problem. So the yogi is constantly trying to go inside for their pleasure. Instead of trying to find their pleasure out here, out here, out here, we're bringing it inside. We're trying to find some peace between happiness and distress, gain and loss. Good, come on up. Just sitting up is hard to do because I'm stretching the top of that foot. Good. Switch it. Straighten this. Release it. By the way, some of you don't need this block. You can do it just like that. But there's a very common thing that we're very tight in the knee, or we have a sore knee. We have some injury in the knee. So I put it under the straight leg. I keep the heel close. Remember, I've knuckled my foot here. So I'm putting my knuckles strong in that foot. It feels so good for me. By the way, if you suffer from sore feet, this is a sign that we have some toxins in our body. It's not just we have sore feet. There's some toxins in our body that need to be released. Best way that we heal this as yogis, very helpful way. You take your feet, your shoes off and your socks off, and you walk in the grass. You just walk barefoot in the grass. Feels so nice. It's like a massage for your feet. Our feet become strong. We've become like a domesticated dog, haven't we? Yeah, use your strap. The domesticated dog has lost its instinct. We've become domesticated. We've lost our instinct. The foods that we eat are not even real foods often, isn't it? It's all in packages and boxes, right? They're covered with herbicides and fungicides and pesticides, right? That's like suicide. The more I eat these herbicides, pesticides, and fungicides, it's like killing myself, right? Our bodies become a filter for these things. We think we are eating them and they're eliminated. It's killing us. We take on this as so as yogis, we say keep it simple. Find your food sources that are fresh, that are organic, that are as clean as possible. Why? Because they have an effect on the body that you're creating, and the consciousness, because the food affects the mind, doesn't it? If you have kids, you know this. You feed them sugary cereals, it affects their mind. You feed them wholesome foods, it affects their minds as well. Super nice, just like this. I'm going to still sit on this block. This time, I'm going to put my feet together. I'm going to walk my hands out. So I'm sort of hanging over this block. Maybe we should have done these stretches on day 1, but whatever, we're doing it today. I'm day 26. Straighten your arms. I didn't talk that much about food, but truthfully, all the things that we're consuming, maybe today's class I'll talk a little bit more about food. We want to get our food from clean sources. If I'm eating pure food, clean food, you know what we've created? We've created a life where we eat things that were never meant to be in the body, isn't it? Stuff that was never meant to be in the body, we're consuming, right? To the degree that we eat like that, we create like a monster out of the body. This isn't to be like critical. It's saying, hey, let's just get back to the way things were. 150 years ago, everything was organic. In our lifetime, we've created, in my lifetime, we've created lifestyles unprecedented in human history. Sit up tall, flex the feet. You might just want to stay here. You might just want to stay here. If you're like most guys, this is our men's challenge, right? This alone is tough to do. What to speak of this? Look at my back. It's not crunched. If you got a crunched back, I want you to back off. Be honest where you're at and work at it from a place of integrity. Flex your feet. Lift your thighs off your knees. Maybe come down. So, some people like to change overnight. You know what? That works for some people. Some people need very gradual changes. They need 10 minutes a day. They need to start cutting out certain foods in their diet. They need to add certain foods in their diet. Whatever you need. Some people need, no. I got to get out of this relationship. I got to change my diet. Whatever. You know what works better for you. Some people need very high walls, so to speak. And some people need to be on a gradual path. You got to start to think about like this, because life is short. We want to evolve. Sometimes we've got to hit rock bottom sometimes to realize, I got to change my ways. That's okay too. Whatever it takes to inspire some positive change, that's our feeling. Whew, that felt nice. Now, I'm going to come to the mat. For my down dog, I'm going to lift the right foot high and bring it through, and bring my right hand over to the left. And watch what I'm going to do with my right knee. I'm going to open it out to the side. Open it out to the side. And then press it back. So it's right up and down like it usually is. Stay here. Or bring the elbows down to the block, or your elbows can go to the floor for some of us. You either have straight arms staying, or elbows on the block, or elbows on the floor. And after a while, I'm going to just drop my knee. Drop my head. These are long, deep stretching. Some people call it our yin. Right? It's not so active. It's not so power. It's the opposite. Stay and hang out and breathe. That's it. Down dog. Switch sides. Bring that leg through. Bring the hand to the other side. Let the foot walk out. Let the knee come out a little bit. And then bring it back up. Come down to your elbows, straight arms, palms flat. Keep the knee off the ground for the first few breaths. And then drop the knee. Release the toes, hang here. Your body will thank you. You know who else is going to thank you for taking care of yourself? You know who else? Nobody. No one's going to thank you. No, I'm just kidding. You know who thanks you? Everybody thanks you. You know why? Because you'll be happier. When you start taking care of yourself, you become happier. You become grateful. You become blissful. Who thanks you? Everybody you have to deal with thanks you. Who wants to thank a person, right? Because when you don't take care of yourself, there's self-hatred going on. You know what happens when there's self-hatred? You tend to blame people for your pain and suffering. You blame your situation for your pain and your suffering. It's part of that entitlement disease that the soul gets covered by illusion. That entitlement disease, horrible disease. It's one of the big epidemics going on right now, the entitlement disease. And we don't take any responsibility for our own joy. How does it come? Showing up, living a life with integrity in the way we move our body, what we put in our mouth, right? Who we choose to hang out with. What we're going to talk about tomorrow is what other things that we're consuming. Are we just consuming food? Am I just what I eat? Is that what I am exclusively? Yes, you are what you eat. You're also all the other things that we consume. Get on all fours. Inhale. Exhale. You stay in your child's pose. I'm going to wrap this up. I can't believe you made it this far. You made it to day 26. Congratulations. If you started from the beginning, congratulations. We're showing up. It's almost done. Now I know you're going to finish it. And if you just randomly came upon this video, sign up. Get me delivered in your inbox, in person. I'll burst out of your computer screen. And be with you every day, 10 minutes a day. It's my free offering I'm doing. I think people appreciate it. I'm getting a lot of positive feedback, so I'm guessing that they will be. And it's a lot of good for a lot of my students who I don't get to see on a regular basis, just to show up, hang with me, get a little inspired, and it's inspiring me to do this. So I'm grateful for all of you. Thank you for letting me serve you. Namaste.